It's not going. All right, we're live.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Teaching Crypto. It's been a week, but hey, guess what? Bitcoin starting to roll back. We've had some big news. So, MrFOMO, yesterday, finally, officially, the SEC and XRP ended the case. It's been a long time coming, and that rallied XRP. And we've had some nice Bitcoin news, right? So, if you haven't done so, please hit that like, that subscribe, bell notification, super chats in the store are open. So really quickly, for the first time, MrFOMO, Bitcoin and other crypto, and I wouldn't trust other crypto, can be in your 401k, and that is a big deal. Let's not sugarcoat it. That's positive. So criticize administrations when they mess up. Give this administration some credit. I think this is good. I still would like a lot more structure, right, in terms of what is and what's not. But good thing.
Yeah, I would have liked to see them sign something into the executive order stating what types of cryptos, maybe not specific cryptos, but what types of cryptos could be included in 401ks, because this is still pretty broad and the market still has over 19 almost or 18 almost 19 million cryptos available. So it's, it does, this is a good thing. I don't want to put too much of a dark cloud on it. This is a good thing, but I just would have liked to see more clarity, and I don't know how much clarity you can provide in an executive order, but I'd like to see more clarity on what types of cryptos should be added to 401ks and what should be avoided. But again, you're probably not going to get that from a president who is about deregulation.
Yeah. But we'll get more information as time goes on. I think Bitcoin and 401ks is going to become normal very soon. Again, we're super early. Hate saying that because it's an instant gratification. You want your coins to go up, but I've talked about this before. Bitcoin is just a long-term play, and there have been people that have gotten super frustrated because we did hit 100K in December. It's now August 8th, and we haven't gotten to 125 yet. Right? It's been a slow turn. And the altcoin market kind of sucked, right? We talked about this a million times. But Bitcoin slowly rises. I did want to show something here. Again, I do this a lot. We're pushing back towards 117, almost made 118. You look at the monthly, we were at 108, right? Yearly, fun to look back, 55K, right? But if you really zoom out, MrFOMO, and you go back, let's go back to the year 2020, right? And let's go ahead and look at August 2020. This is now a little over 4 years ago. You see that price, that's insane.
Yeah,
so
you had the opportunity
it's just
4 years ago to really cash in.
And so that tells me if you're frustrated, if you're financially able to store your Bitcoin away, 8 years from now, when it's well over 1 million, you won't be frustrated that it was 118 on August 8th at 7:27 in the morning Eastern time.
Yeah, like we always say, people who hold Bitcoin for 4 years are always happy with their hold. And so if you are not a trader, if you're not a day trader or spot trader or whatever like that, if you're a buy and hold trader, then 4 years is your time frame.
And I want to talk about today a token that used to get a lot of publicity. That's kind of been, I wouldn't say dead, but it had a good run way before the thank you very much, Flip. It had a run way before January and kind of died with the rest of the alts. and hasn't really run. And that, Mr. FOMO, is one of your favorites. I say that sarcastically, Dogecoin. Um, right now, according to the charts, Dogecoin is trading within a historically strong buy zone. So Doge has been stuck in the low 20s for a long time. I still think we have a Dogecoin rally before the end of October. And at 22, need I remind you guys that Dogecoin earlier this year, believe it or not, hit 48 cents. At 22, I still think we can make a move towards $1 here, Mr. FOMO. You might think I'm crazy, but listen, here's the thing. A lot of old retail, and I'll say, I think a lot of retail never came back because of all the bankruptcies. They were scared away. People forget the damage that FTX, we know about Voyager, and Celsius did to the market. I think sometimes we forget that. It seems like a blur, but it was a historically horrific event after the end of the bull run last time. And I think some people decided not to bring their ball back and play here. But 33 billion sounds like a lot, but the money printing that's happening behind the scenes, I think you can see Dogecoin 3 to 4x here within the next 3 months. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I find it hard to believe we're not getting back to 48 cents if Bitcoin does what I expect. And I do expect Bitcoin to get at least to 150 by October.
I could see a 2 or maybe a 3x out of this. We're running out of time for altcoin season. I mean, I know that ETH dominance and altcoin dominance are on the rise, and Bitcoin dominance is on the fall, and that usually signals an altcoin season right around this time. But we're running out of time for altcoin season, and there's also 19.18 million cryptos on the market, which is more than 3,000. That was what we had last time in the market. And so if you're hoping that all of these coins are going to get back to their all-time highs and beyond, I feel like you're maybe living a little bit of a
Not
pipe
all of
dream.
them, no.
It's going to take
Not
a
all of
lot
them.
of money
But
to move Doge to $1. So I could see maybe getting it back to like 60 cents, maybe 70 cents, all-time highs, maybe. But $1 seems a little bit far-fetched to me. And it's not because I don't, I'm not crazy about Doge, but it's not because I believe Doge is a bad investment.
Well, long term it is. Let's keep it real. We're talking about the next 3
Right.
months. This is assuming, again, I do believe we're going to have a very short alt season. But like you say, it's not an alt season where every day things are going at 2x. It's going to be, hey, here's a 40-50% pump. Take profits. A couple days later, one of your other tokens. Oh, here's a 35 to 50%. This, though, I do believe will 2 to 3x.
Yeah.
But that's between now and the end of October. It's a 3-month span here that I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at a
And
couple
it's not
weeks.
like you're saying, it's with 19.18 million cryptos on the market. It's not going to happen all at once with all your different cryptos. It's going to be a lot like AZcrypto said. It's going to be like whack-a-mole, where you've got to take profits on this coin one day and then wait a little while and take profits on your next coin another day, and then wait a little while. And it's just not going to be as easy as it has been in the past to take profits. So you're going to have to stay on top of your portfolios, keep your phones and your wallets and everything with you so that you can cash in when you need to.
All right. Yesterday on X, I posted that 4K ETH was nothing, that we would make a run at 5K. And one of the reasons is there is a stock, SBET. Now, if you're not familiar with this, publicly traded Sharplink Gaming raises 200 million to buy more ETH. They've been buying ETH kind of like Michael Saylor buys Bitcoin here, and their stock has started to go up as ETH has gone up. So I've even seen some crypto influencers say that they're buying the stock. They started doing this in July, and now we're in early August. So as ETH has gone up, so has SBET. Now, I've talked about this all summer. I mean, I've been talking about this for 12 months. My buy zone for ETH is somewhere around 5 to
Profit
6K.
zone.
And the way this bull market has gone, 5K for me might be a strong selling
Yeah.
point. Do I think ETH can get to 6 to 8K? I do. I do. And maybe I hold on past 5, but to me, that 5,000 mark, Mr. FOMO, is kind of a nice profit taking event for me. And here's why. You're right. We're kind of getting late. And what happens normally is ETH runs, then everything else runs. ETH doesn't normally run for 3 months straight. So whatever big ETH push we get, whether it's 5K, 5,500, who knows? Maybe we get all the way to 6,000 by football by the first week of football. Um, I'm looking to take strong profits here. Do your own research, as I always say. But for us ETH holders, I think it's getting close to profit taking time.
Yeah, and if you look around X and YouTube and you listen to the smarter YouTube, like the smarter people who are doing the charts and stuff like that, they're all telling you that ETH dominance is on the rise, ETH is moving, ETH is getting ready to explode, and so I do think that ETH is on its way. I mean, ETH dominance is already just this week has gone from like 11.6% all the way up to 12.2%. And Bitcoin dominance has fallen from like 61 point something to 60%. And so this traditionally would be the signal that ETH is about to go on a big run. Um, and then altcoin season would follow. So yeah, I could definitely see this. And a lot of those charters and a lot of those influencers are saying somewhere between 5,800 and 7,200 should be your profit taking zone.
Okay.
Um,
So 5K is kind of a safe.
yeah,
I
5K would
look,
be a fully
nothing's
safe
for
place
sure,
to
but
take
5K is
profit,
probably happening. You take
especially if you
5K, you're
bought
probably gonna get
a
that.
way long time ago when we told you to. Um, back in the
At
bear market,
1,800.
if you bought ETH back in the bear market and now you're sitting on it right now, 5,000 is a pretty safe place to take profits.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about Bitcoin before we end the show. I'm really looking for a 130K, and about a week ago, I sounded like a lunatic because I said we're about to go up and we went down a little bit. But Mr. FOMO, I think 130 is very realistic here. If we can get to 120 by next week, and then who knows, September, I hate to say this, is okay for alts, but Bitcoin right before the end of the bull market, it's not the best month. It's not a horrible month. And then October is the best month statistically. It is the very best month. And that's where I expect things to go. I'm expecting some kind of news about the US plans to buy Bitcoin in the future. And that will spur, that's my prediction, that will spur Bitcoin above 150 in the month of October. And I think that's where, if you are planning to take Bitcoin profits this cycle, that's where you should consider it. Who knows what's around the corner for 2026? Anyone that tells you that the world is a normal place in 2026, there's not going to be a bear market, they are absolutely guessing. There's no guarantee there will be a bear market, but history says there will. I don't trust. Listen, guys, I've said this a million times, and other shows won't tell you this. You don't want to be holding altcoins in the year 2026. If history repeats, you are going to get decimated,
Yes.
not hurt, decimated. So if you have a major financial stake in an altcoin, please consider, do your own research, as I always say, taking profits before January 2026, preferably mid to late
Yeah,
October.
and profit taking, and I'm going to say this again, profit taking doesn't have to look like wiping out your whole portfolio or wiping out your whole holding in a token. I mean, that's something that I'm going to do with a lot of my altcoins. But if you still believe in something past when you take profits or when you want to take profits, you can leave yourself a small moon bag that in that coin if you believe that it's still going to go up. Heck, you don't even have to do that. I mean, you could just take out your original investment and just play with house money if you'd like. That leaves you with no real profits. But profit taking doesn't have to be wiping out your whole portfolio in one shot. And we actually wouldn't suggest that with the way that the market is going to be this alt season, if we really get a true alt season with 18 or 19 million altcoins on the market.
I mean, we're not getting there's just we're not getting a true alt season like the past. We'll get a version of it, and you have to be prepared to pivot and act accordingly. That's the reality. The people that keep telling you biggest alt season ever coming, they've been saying that for over a year. At some point, hold them accountable, stop following them, or gear more people towards this channel so we can help people out. All right, Mr. FOMO, let's hold this. Forget about holding 116. Let's get back to 118 today. And hopefully early next week, we're sitting at 120. ETH is well over 4K. And we really can take off here. This is a pivotal month. We can't afford any more downward action like last week and the end of July. We got to get going here. Because 150 to 180, like you talked about, it's doable, but also it is a lot of money. So we got to get going.
Yeah, and this is it. This is where we thought the rally would start. We talked about it last week into the weekend. We thought that we'd get a little bit of a bounce from that downturn, and we got a little bit of a bounce from that downturn. And so now it's time for it to kick off. And I fully expect that to happen now. You'll see Bitcoin run a little bit, and then altcoins are going to run, and then that'll be it. The dance is over.
All
Time to
right,
go
guys.
home.
Keep it here. Share the show. We're in the fourth quarter, but there's going to be a lot of